What was your thought about Max?
I was just thinking when I was downstairs and, you know, Reggie's not the same as Max, and so like, Max would kind of whimper when he wants to do something, and Reggie just kind of looks at you, and so I just remembered Max being just so full of personality, and it made me think of like when it was time to eat and stuff. Reggie gets excited, and that's when he gets the most excited. But Max would like come in, and when you'd say, "You hungry? You want to eat?" He would like his eyes would perk up, and you could just see that flash in his eyes. Like whenever Max knew something, you knew that he knew it. You could see in his eye that he totally understood what you were saying, just like a person. Just if I said to Roman a word that he knows, or Donna a word that she knows,
His brain was working.
yeah, it's like he's like, huh? I know that word.
And it excites me.
Yeah, just thinking back about that makes me glad that he was such a smart dog.
Yeah.
So
That was something that I was thinking when I woke up today. I was like, I gotta write this down, or I gotta make sure I like put it into a thought that like, I feel bad because it's not like we gave Reggie a bum rap or anything, but he just kind of tagged along with Max. But really, he was like, every time I say Max, his tail wags.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he lit up the room. He was the personality.
Mm-hmm.
He had the personality. He was just like, hey guys, and just happy.
Right.
And just, people, he was a big dog, but even still, people recognize that in him, even without, that. He had a presence aside from his size.
Right.
His presence was his personality.
Right.
And
there are lots of big, mopey, big dogs.
Or lots of big, just calm dogs. And
right.
He didn't look so, he didn't look so controlled when he was in front of people that didn't know him, but in front of us he was controlled but joyful.
Mm-hmm.
Just so joyful. I just miss him so much. There's a piece of all of us in this house now that's missing, Because everybody's affected.
Yeah.
Reggie's affected, you're affected, I'm affected. I think Fisher's affected.
Yeah, he probably just doesn't know yet because there's so many times we'll be gone for...
he knows.
Yankee knows.
He's acting different. Normally Fisher tries to sleep with us, but he's kind of annoying, and I think he's just wanting to be with us because he's feeling like... Either he feels that we feel pain or loneliness, or he's feeling pain and loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
I think they know.
This guy definitely knows. Earlier I was playing with him, and I happened to say the M word.
Yeah.
And he I really think he knows, because when he goes outside and he's like, yesterday or the day before he went up and saw him, he would go outside and he would spend 2 minutes just like looking back and forth.
Like look through the whole yard, like he's here somewhere.
He's gotta be here. And then after he got to see him and that whole incident happened,
he doesn't do that.
He runs out and he sits and looks for a minute, like which way do I want to go, instead of looking for him. And then he just goes off, does his business, and comes right back in. Like there's nothing for me outside right now.
It's nothing fun.
It's really cold, so that's part of it. But he doesn't have a desire to be out there because he's alone out there.
Yeah.
And today I just happened to say the other dog's name, and I don't want to say it now because it might confuse him. But his face went. He turned like looking like, huh? What?
Like where is he?
Almost like there was this little glimmer of hope. Like really? And so.
Because he's trained, just like our brains are trained.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, We're in our bedroom, and you're sitting in Max's old bed, and I sleep right here, and I just thought it's gonna be hard to go to sleep because I'll always look over there and just expect to see him there. And it actually wasn't so bad last night, but
you were really tired too.
I'm just. It gave me comfort to wake up in the middle of the night and have my friend laying right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just be so peaceful, just laying there,
Mm-hmm.
Just sprawled out, and sometimes halfway sprawled out on to the couch and then onto Reggie's spot. you know, and he'd be kind of upside down.
He never. It
He just
didn't
really
look
took over
comfortable.
that.
Yeah.
He just really took over that couch, though. Like it was once we told him it was his, he was all about it. You
Yeah.
know, and he just. And I think, you know, in the last couple months, he was getting really uncomfortable with his back legs or his hips, and he would not always be on there, and he'd lay over on the floor, and then he'd come back up there and he'd lay on the floor, and regardless of that, it was always funny because I don't know what he did when we weren't in the room, but when we'd be in the room, he'd stand and wait to see if it was okay if he could get up on his
He
bed.
would ask permission, basically. He'd rest his chin on it, like, I want to be on here.
Yeah, and we'd be like, go on up.
He'd try to let him know that was his bed. But
Yeah.
he was an obedient dog, and I think he really wanted the approval.
The approval.
'Cause
That's
we were
probably
here.
true. He probably wanted the approval because we were in the room. But he also knew it was his. It's just so funny because we'd be like, go on up.
That was...
Something that made me think of that was one day I sat on this bed and I was nursing Roman. He was probably like 8 weeks old. And Max was laying in the corner because in this bed he lays where Christopher has been sitting. And the bed's usually made, but he usually lays where the blanket is now laid. And I was sitting where there's no blanket, but at the time there was. And you know, I was sitting here, and he was here, and I'm nursing Roman, and he was laying, and he just nuzzles his little head into my lap.
Right under Roman.
Right under Roman. And just, my life felt so complete right then. I had my whole family. I had my husband and my son and my best friend. And then Reggie right there. Everybody was just right here.
Mm-hmm.
In this house. And it was just so awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just sad. Because he's such a part of us that I feel like a part of me is dying. You know, every time I think about yesterday and how he went, I feel good about it. Because it just seemed so peaceful. It just seemed like that's what he needed.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to miss so much about him. And so much of me was... So much of him was me and me was him. That now that he's gone, I feel like a piece of me is gone.
Mm.
I know you feel the same way.
Yeah.
So, you had something that you were thinking of and I interrupted you.
I don't remember. I'll remember it in a minute.
What?
Yeah, I just didn't think I'd be as sad as I am. Like, I didn't think I'd miss him as much as I do.
Yeah.
So I knew it was going to be hard, and I knew it would not be, you know, there were so many times I was frustrated, and I was just like, would we be better off without these dogs? And part of me is just sad because of the way that he, you know,
Had
he
to go.
had to go, you know, because he looked so normal. You know, if you just had him from his neck up, he looked so normal. He was just Max. He was happy, and he was anxious, and, you know, tongue was hanging way out the side, and, you know, he responded to us, but, you know, we knew that he was Max in a broken body, and so it was just really sad because I would have done anything to get him a better body,
Yeah.
but we couldn't,
Yeah, we couldn't.
and so it's hard. It's just hard. I don't remember what I was going to say earlier.
You want to finish taping for a while?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.